it. Hey, I'm Lauren. I'm a working mom of 2, and I don't want those kids growing up watching me on my phone all day. So I am on a mission to break some of those doom scrolling habits. And one of the ways I'm doing that is making content, doing stuff that I need to do anyway or would do for fun, and bringing you along for the ride as some extra motivation to keep me accountable. So today, what are we up to? I'm on maternity leave right now, so the working mom part is kind of different. Though I am working in some capacities beyond raising a newborn, which is a job in itself, for sure. Today, I'm picking up around the house a little bit. We've got some family staying tomorrow night, and actually, again, different family Sunday night. So my husband and I are going away on a bit of a staycation tomorrow night. We're bringing this little baby with us, but family staying with my older daughter for the night and into the weekend, which will be awesome for us to kind of have a night to just kind of relax without cleaning up meals or doing bedtime routine for a toddler. You know, the energy levels of a toddler are a lot to keep up with when you also are trying to take care of a newborn and not sleeping as much. So it'll be really nice to have a little break from that. We're heading to Stowe, Vermont, which is a place we've been to. It's really not far from us, but we've only ever done day trips or kind of gone in for a meal or to ski or something. So it'll be kind of fun to just stay for an actual night and enjoy a little bit more, to see what there is to see. And hopefully it's not too busy because it's kind of the off season there. So yeah, we'll bring you along for that too a little bit and see what else we can get up to. Making pancake bites, like a mini muffin tin. I saw this idea on Instagram. Genius. I do like tiny chopped up strawberries for my daughter, and truly just cook pancake batter in a mini muffin tin, like 8 minutes on 350 in the oven. And she absolutely loves them, and they are like the perfect thing for like a quick snack before they serve breakfast at school. Give it a try. we're back home. It's actually many weeks later, but I thought I would do a quick recap on our kind of staycation in Stowe. We just did one night away, but as parents of a newborn and a toddler, it was amazing. I would highly suggest, if it's something you're able to do, even if you just kind of are able to send your toddler out of the house to stay with someone else for a day, it can be refreshing. So Stowe is beautiful. We live in Burlington area, so Stowe is a place we could easily frequent, but actually don't visit very often. We've been for a few, kind of just go in for a meal, or my husband especially will go in to go skiing or something. But really, it's been probably since my daughter was a baby, so a year and a half, that we've really visited. It was very nice to just be able to go overnight and feel like we could kind of just explore a little bit more instead of just going in with a plan or a destination. So we ended up staying at one of the Lark properties, Blue Hill Lodge. Nope, not Blue Hill Lodge, Bluebird Lodge. They gave me this cute little notebook when I checked in, with like the key up on the paper clip. They have a few properties, it seems, kind of, I'm not sure if they used to be all one giant property, or they've kind of bought a few connecting properties and turned them into the same thing. But they kind of market that they have 3 different hotels, and they're really kind of all the same property. I think one of them is called Caddy Hill Lodge. I don't remember what the third one is, and they have kind of different vibes, attracting different customers, but if you get there, they're really kind of all the same. I would describe it as kind of summer camp, adult summer camp vibes. It would be a great place if you were trying to do like a family reunion or even a wedding, and you're trying to like get the whole wedding party and family all in the same place, or any sort of just like large group, because you can easily kind of all have your own rooms but feel like you're on the same property. You've got fire pits you could gather at. They have a pool. They've got like this really big indoor kind of great room, if you will, where they had kind of a bar and like a bunch of different tables and loungy kind of couches you could hang out at. And I got the vibe that no matter which of the hotels you were staying at, that was kind of public space for any of their kind of properties. Because I think you could check in, that like the check-in area was kind of the same for all of the properties. So I think some of those public spaces are really the same for all the properties as well. But regardless, it's definitely like a motel kind of vibe that was renovated, and you can tell that is what it is. It was absolutely perfect for what we needed. And again, like would highly suggest for like a large group gathering, because it was a very reasonable price for just one night especially. And it would be such a fun place to kind of be able to just have a crash pad while you're gathering, and really nice accommodations for anyone. For us, traveling with a newborn, we brought our own pack and play. I didn't even ask if they had a crib. They very well might have had an option for us. I didn't ask about anything that they might provide for babies. I just brought my own stuff since we were driving and it was such a short drive. And we were only there for one night, right? I didn't need a ton. So we brought our own pack and play, set it up right next to our bed, and I intentionally got a room that had kind of a living space adjacent to the kind of bedroom space. I thought it was more like 2 rooms, I think it was marketed as a junior suite, so I thought it was kind of a separate room, separate bedroom kind of thing. It was not. It was all one room that was kind of just oriented kind of strangely, which worked out okay because we could have the light on in the living space and kind of have it darker where my son was sleeping. It was his first night not in the snoo. And if you're familiar, the snoo kind of moves. It's his bassinet, and it has a vibration to it. So it was his first night sleeping all night in a pack and play that was just a traditional bed for a newborn, which my husband was very worried about, but he did absolutely great. And that was a relief. So we all slept well. Quick review of all the places we ate, which was basically our whole itinerary. If we're honest, we were just casually bopping around to different food and drink related places. We started with Doc Ponds for dinner on Friday night. Doc Ponds was absolutely delicious. We had not been there before, but we have heard a lot of great things about it, and it was ideal. I think in the tourist seasons, it is a lot busier. For us, it was easy to get in, and it felt really easy to bring a baby. It felt family friendly in general, and absolutely would highly recommend, would love to go there again. I grabbed my first coffee of the day on Saturday from Stowe Bakery, and that was delicious. I also grabbed a breakfast sandwich, which was kind of like on a biscuit. Perfect. Really close to where we were staying. Everything was really close to where we were staying. We did drive around and kind of move our car, but honestly, we probably didn't have to for the most part. We could have kind of walked from where we were staying if we wanted to. Woodland Baking was the second coffee destination, and that was absolutely delicious. Their pastry selection was amazing. I grabbed a coffee there as we were kind of starting a walk on the Stowe rec path. So we parked near Woodland Baking, walked onto the rec path kind of from their parking lot, did a nice walk along there, and kind of circled back to get the car. And next up, we went to Von Trapp Beer Hall. We spent kind of lunchtime through early afternoon there, probably 3 hours or so. Ultimately, my son was just kind of sleeping in my arms, and we didn't want to rock the boat there. So we should have brought a game, like some cards or something. We kind of thought they might have games. You know how breweries tend to have kind of a stack of games or even lawn games or something? They did have cornhole, but that, just the two of us and with a baby sleeping, that wasn't going to work. So again, wish I had some cards or something for us to play, but this trip was kind of intended to be for my husband's birthday, and he likes German beers. So that was kind of why we picked that place, and they had a beautiful kind of outdoor area. We were able to watch people playing disc golf, which was kind of fun. So, it was absolutely no complaints sitting there for a few hours. Then we decided to go to Stowe Golf Park, where we played a round of mini golf, and I did great, if I do say so myself. Nailed it. And then we did a round of bowling, which was also really fun. I actually struggled with the bowling a little bit more because I had a C-section not too long ago, and the weight of the bowling ball and like throwing it down the lane, I was feeling it a little bit. So that I didn't last as long, but still had a lot of fun, and it was a comfortable place to feed my son while my husband played as both of us for a round or two. It was fine. It was great. And we ended the day at Idle Time Tavern, which is a restaurant we have actually been to before and have absolutely loved. We've actually been there twice before, so this was our third time going. We didn't intend to, we had planned to maybe go to a few new restaurants, but it was right there. We had driven by it and we're reminiscing about how much we loved it. And it's another place that has a really great outdoor area, and it was a beautiful day. So we were able to kind of easily talk ourselves into that as where we wanted to go. And actually, it was partially driven by the fact that one of the places we thought we might go was closed. So again, absolutely no complaints. We had a great meal there as well. And finally, to end the day, we obviously drove home after dinner. We only stayed one night in Stowe. We planned the day so that we arrived home after my daughter's bedtime, so it kind of felt like we had the whole day off in that regard. We didn't have to come home and like get back into the routine of taking care of a toddler. But we officially ended by stopping at Red Barn Ice Cream, where I grabbed some ice cream for the road. And I will say, while it was delicious, I bought a large because always buy the large. It was a very small large for the price. So more power to them if they can get that price often, which I'm sure they can. But I was slightly disappointed by the size, though it was delicious again. So all in all, really, really great trip. Again, it was exactly what we were looking for, which was a really low key, just kind of like get out of our normal routine, have an opportunity to rest, whatever that looks like with a newborn. And my daughter had an amazing time with her aunt and uncle. So all in all, awesome. Something as we were there, we were kind of saying we should try to make this like an annual tradition for one of our birthdays each year, kind of just pop away somewhere close by, make it, easy, but it still gives us a break and is a really, really nice reset. And it helps us explore places that are harder to explore with kids in tow. So, this time next year, we would probably try to do it with no kids, and it would be a lot of fun. So highly suggest a trip to Stowe, especially if you're not local. There's tons and tons to do in Stowe, shopping, hiking, mountain biking, any kind of sports, you can find it around there. So highly suggest a trip. In terms of the location, we stayed again at Bluebird. I would absolutely stay there again. I would highly suggest it for larger groups trying to gather. Personally, I will probably try other properties, other hotels and accommodations before I go back there, simply because there are tons of great options in Stowe, and it feels like there's lots of newer, kind of smaller, boutique-y sorts of places opening up all the time, or relatively all the time. So I'm excited to try out some other places as well, and if I do anytime soon, I will take you along with me.